Namaskaram, Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, 64th sloka. In this sloka, Lord Krishna says, one who controls mind and is free from attachment and aversion, even while using the objects of senses, attains the grace of God. So, even when you are in contact with the objects of senses, when you are seeing, when you are using, you should have mind detached to that. Such a person attains the grace of God. So, when we contemplate on happiness in sense objects, what happens? The thoughts of objects come to our mind repeatedly and our mind gets attached to this. This is what happening in our minds. So that repeated thought of objects degrade our mind. So erase that. Remove all those. We should have thoughts of God in our mind. That purifies mind. So the thoughts of God should come to our mind repeatedly. So this is how you can remove desires and attachment. So desires and attachments can be removed only by spiritual attachment. So the God, in this sloka, God, Krishna, Bhagavan says, those who attach their minds to me with unadulterated devotion rise above the three modes of material nature and attain the Lord of Supreme Brahman. So we have to reach that stage. So how can we reach? With unadulterated devotion. The devotion should be only on God. So how can we pay that such kind of attention? By removing the attachment towards objects. And it is like attachment and aversion are like sides of a coin, two sides of a coin. So attachment, when you have attachment, the object comes to our mind repeatedly. When you have aversion, that is referred to negative. So that object of hate comes to our mind. God says, you don't get attached to objects. So the mind should be free from this. Viruppu, that is likes and dislikes. Attachment and aversion. You don't have both. So what should you have? You should be absorbed in devotion to God and experience divine bliss, which is unlimited. The mind should not be attached to material. So Bhagavan has shown us the path. He has given us suggestions how to keep our mind away from objects. So think, absorption and devotion to God is the mantra to be remembered by us to keep ourselves away from the objects. The happiness from objects is like Maya, which is not permanent. In the next sloka, he says, by divine grace we get peace of mind. So all our sorrows end. And intellect of tranquil mind gets attached to God. So there's a clarity in our mind. So it's very clear about the thoughts of God. So naturally it gets attached to God. So there is absorption in devotion to God. So when you get divine energy, it brings changes in our personality. Because by grace, God, who is Satchit Anand, He bestows His divine knowledge, divine love, divine bliss. So what happens? We also aim for higher goal. So our higher goal is reaching God. So going after the sensual happiness, that attitude or that thought and that agitation for getting sensual happiness is removed. So once that hankering for material objects ceases, one goes beyond all suffering and the mind becomes tranquil. So in that state, what happens? We have fulfillment internally. So that internal becomes firm in the decision that God alone is the source of happiness. So naturally we will not get diverted. So what we read from the scriptures, we experience now. Yes, we realize that it is only God who can provide the permanent happiness to us. So we go beyond all suffering. There is no anger, there is no frustration, there is no fear, there is no greediness, nothing in our mind, because we have Paramatma in our Atma. We have realized our Atma and Paramatma. In 66th sloka, God talks about the person who has not controlled his mind and senses. And he says, such a person has no resolute intellect and has no steady contemplation on God. So when his mind is not attached to God, there is no peace. And he never aims for higher goal. So he explains this in this sloka. So he says, no God, no peace. A person who has disciplined his mind and senses, what is his position? That is revealed, that is told by Bhagavan in the previous sloka. So here he is referring the one who is not meditating upon God and he is not able to experience the divine bliss because he has no higher goal. So what happens? He is not able to renounce the lower taste of him, that is attachment towards material happiness. So he is not able to realize anything. He is not able to realize the permanent happiness. He is not able to realize the soul, Atma and Paramatma. So this is like a bee was sitting in a lotus and drinking its nectar. As the sun began setting, the petals started closing. But the bee who got attached to that nectar thought, let me wait till the petals close completely. So I have some more time. Let me have some more nectar. So it was sucking the nectar. But what happened? The flower closed the petals. So the bee got caught inside. Then the bee thought, okay, I am only inside the lotus, so I will have nectar. But what happened? Yeah, an elephant came and it plucked the flower and it ate it. Till then, the bee did not realize that it was going to lose its life. It thought that, okay, I am with the lotus only. But once the lotus was eaten, the bee was also killed by the elephant. So this is what happens. So when we have time, we should have the goal of reaching God. So we should follow the path shown for that. So we cannot fix the time for that, or we cannot say, okay, let me do it once I become old. That is not the right approach. So we should grab that opportunity. We should make use of the time available whenever we have to concentrate on, to meditate on God and to get this bliss. Otherwise, we will also face the end of B only. So, this story beautifully expresses how time overtakes us in the form of death. So it is not in our hand. So when you have time, should make use of that. How to make use of it? By devoting our attention to God, by keeping the thoughts of God in our mind. So Bhagavan says that those who are having the thoughts of God in their mind are only happy, that they are only having real happiness. So it is very useful for us to keep our life going smoothly and happily, because we will not get any discontentment in our life if we follow this